Pandemic controller issues surveillance and testing measures. Impact projects launched in New Ireland province. And football referees undergo FIFA sanctioned training. Good evening, this is Saturday's news. I'm Kilawani. National Pandemic Controller David Manning has issued new surveillance and testing measures. In a statement released today, he outlined the points relating to swabbing for COVID-19 at all health facilities. These measures come into effect on the 30th of September 2021.
Among the surveillance and testing measures, any person admitted to a hospital with respiratory illnesses or cases classified as pneumonia and severe respiratory infections must have a sample collected for testing within 24 hours. In addition, persons who are presented as dead on arrival at a health facility and persons who have died after checking in must be swabbed and tested. However, this does not apply to cases where death is caused by traumatic injury. All health facilities must ensure that persons over 12 years of age must wear face masks before entering and remain physically distanced. All provincial health authorities, including private clinics and hospitals, must submit daily reports to the controller and the relevant provincial administrator. These measures come into effect on the 30th of September and shall apply until the end of the pandemic or revoked by the controller. Meanwhile, Western, West Sepik and Eastern Highlands are classified as high-risk provinces. Stanley Over Jr., National MTV News.
Prime Minister James Marape has thanked international partners for providing COVID-19 vaccines to Pacific Island Forum countries. The Prime Minister and delegates are attending the 76th UN General Assembly meeting in New York. He addressed a virtual meeting with forum leaders, including UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. He said across the region, partners have provided vaccines to Forum Island countries, complementing those that have been secured through multilateral channels such as the COVAX facility. The Prime Minister said the region valued the assistance provided by the Joint Incident Management Team headed by the World Health Organization. He also highlighted that a vaccine certification approach will be deliberated by forum leaders when they meet in January 2022. You're with National MTV News this Saturday. More stories after the break. Welcome back to the news. New Ireland Governor Sir Julius Chen recently opened several impact projects in the province. Some of these projects include a 2.65 million kina health centre in West Coast Kavieng, school infrastructure in Nusa Vala Island and the new Kavieng Stadium.
Nusa Vala Island in New Ireland Province, a 30 minutes boat ride of Kavieng town, is home to several thousand islanders that accommodate a primary school and a United Church mission ground. The primary school has been taking in students from the nearby islands of Tigap in the Tikana LLG. While there is eagerness to learn, this has been met with challenges because students commute mostly by canoes. This is a difficult journey on a daily basis for students. 2 years ago, New Ireland Governor Sir Julius Chen handed over a funding of 100,000 kina for the primary school to utilize on vital infrastructure for the school. On the 22nd of September this year, the New Ireland government, led by Sir J, set foot on the island to attend the official opening of the projects. The impact projects include 2 student dormitories, a school hall and 2 teachers' houses. Meanwhile, in west coast of Kavieng district, the Lamusmus Community L Post was also officially opened on the 23rd. A grand celebration marking the occasion was held to commemorate the opening, with the locals choosing to invite Governor Sir Julius Chen to officiate the opening of the 2.65 million kina Asian Development Bank funded project. The 2.65 million kina project comprises a state-of-the-art health facility, fully fitted with an outpatient and maternity wings, and 3 fully furnished staff houses. New Ireland Province also recently opened its brand new stadium in Kavieng Town. Suli Suli, National MTV News.
Maristop's PNG country director says there needs to be more awareness done in the country. He made this call while commemorating the World Contraception Day yesterday.
Maristop's PNG has made a call to the general public, especially married couples and stakeholders, for a need to do more awareness on contraception. PNG holds monthly seminars to help couples who are struggling to conceive a child.
Helping couples understand the factors that may be preventing them from falling pregnant and some of the things that they could do to help them fall pregnant. So it's probably at the opposite end of contraception because in this way we're actually helping people in terms of what they can do to have children.
While commemorating the World Contraception Day, Maristop's highlighted that approximately 25% of pregnancy in PNG is unwanted. Most unplanned and unwanted pregnancies end in abortion, which has now resulted in the increased child and maternal mortality rate. PNG believes taking contraception will help address the issue.
The simple answer to that some people would argue, is that people should simply abstain from sex. If people don't have sex, people don't get pregnant. If people don't get pregnant, then we don't have unwanted and unplanned pregnancies. So abstination is not the solution to creating a world where every birth is wanted. It maybe is an ideal solution, but it's not a practical solution. The practical solution is contraception.
The drastic rise in teenage pregnancy in the country is becoming a norm, and many young people are becoming parents at an early stage. PNG says young people who are sexually active and are engaged in relationships can also take contraceptives to prevent them from becoming parents if they are not ready.
Or if you're in a new relationship and you've just started living with someone but you don't have the financial resources to be able to raise a child, then contraception is a good solution for you at that stage of your life. It will prevent a pregnancy that you're clearly not ready for.
Suli, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. The United Church Reform in the Rabuka village of Rigo district held a reconciliation ceremony today between the people of Rabuka and Tubuseria. This ceremony was initiated to bring peace and to mark a new beginning for the people of Rabuka.
Over the past years, the people of Rabuka in the Rigo district have been living in guilt after a missionary pastor from Tubuseria was killed 6 decades ago by the villagers. Today, the surrounding communities gathered to reconcile with families and relatives of the late missionary pastor to mark a new era. The reconciliation ceremony was spearheaded by the Rabuka United Church Reform to bring peace among these two villages and their people. Having the responsibility to see change in the area, Pastor Winnie Koko made it his business to build a monument to make a change. He said for so long, the village has been living with a curse and wanted this to change, therefore conducted this peace ceremony.
You can see the village. That's how you can see all houses. You can't see any good things because of curse. All been killing this man. After killing this man, online here, the curse blow straight him, wisdom, savvy. Nobody from this village is a university graduate or doctor or engineer, nothing at all. They are all struggling, striving, trying to become that level, but somehow coming back. And
Pastor Koko further stated that the people in the area have been nowhere and blamed themselves for what has happened years ago. As for this event, they had help from other denominations such as AOG and SDA and other UC reforms in the circuit.
When I saw this one and then helped them, and we contribute from small toys and family contributing, and same time we wrote letters for other people to help us for this reconciliation, to do our reconcile work.
Jamie Harrow, National EMTV News.
Trucker Sports is next. Join me after the break for the details.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. More than 30 referees from the Highlands and Momase region were in Madang for a week's course for referees to upskill themselves on the new soccer laws. The referees were also lectured on changes to the game and how to justify decisions they make on the field.
And our Vice President,
FIFA Head of Department Jimmy Waira says the main focus of the training was to assist and impart new laws of the game, improving their player management skills, fitness as well as mental discipline. The week-long training is sanctioned by the FIFA Members Association. It is a course that was planned a year ago. This was the first held in Madang. The second workshop will be held in Mount Hagen in 2 weeks' time.
So what we did was, due to the geographical locations, we split the courses. One to be in Port Moresby for the NGI in Southern, and from Madang here is for the Islands and Momase for the Northern Conference. And
the course was well attended by referees representing FIFA, OFC and PNG FA national referees. There is a strategic referee development plan that started in 2020 that will end in 2024 in preparation for the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
So we have a development plan in stages. All the courses that are coming up, strategically it was projected, added into the, the activity plan. And we have a target and we have a goal to achieve. And we have a clear development pathway for our referees. And this is one of the training that we have started with FIFA. And hopefully we'll go to the next one in Hagen. And after the Mount Hagen one, we'll have the FIFA MA instructors course in Port Moresby. We hold the top instructors in each member association or Papua New Guinea Football Association will attend.
Waira says the standard of football has changed. Thus, the course is about teaching referees to understand football and its tactics and preparing them for high-level competition out on the field.
The standard of football in modern football today has received the highest peak now. So before we used to say, this is red card, this is offside, this is foul, no foul, no. Today we are teaching the referees about football understanding.
Martha Lewis, National MTV Sports, Madang.
The Papua New Guinea Rugby Union body today elected new board members to lead the code in the next 3 years. Under the new administration, PNG-RU will now be led by incoming President Paul Suri and his board of members.
The new PNG-RU board was elected this morning in the presence of the Oceania Rugby Union officials. 17 rugby union presidents from around the country were also present to witness the election. PNG-RU President-elect Paul Suri says the team will revive the code moving forward.
They voted and they displayed the collective desire and the will to establish rugby going forward. We have seen in the recent past what has happened, and we will not dwell on it. This team will work on putting together plans and strategy into reorganizing rugby going forward for next year, for the balance of this year and for next year, and then the remaining of our term. So,
amongst the new board members, Aloto-RU President Matilda Tigila is the only female member. Tigila is hopeful for a better future under the leadership of the new president.
We've always been in the doldrums, don't know where to go, and we're looking forward for new things to happen and better things to happen for rugby for both genders, both male and female.
Over the past years, rugby union at the provincial level has been neglected, and the struggle to manage competitions was a setback for the development of the code.
We, for the last, I don't know how many years, we haven't felt the presence of PNG rugby in our provinces. We have been struggling just to get rugby going week in, week out. So we decided that when this move was taken by certain figures behind policy, people like Sidney Wesley and John Larry, to name a few, Willie Arthur, that's when I thought that maybe this is the right path, that I should join these guys so that I can feel the presence of PNG Rugby in Daru as a small center.
One key issue is poor administration. NCDRU President Noah Asigao says this has dragged back the Code of Rugby Union in PNG.
Rugby has history in PNG, but rugby has slowly withered because of administration issues. We have different people come in and different goals. We're trying to build stability in the game so that the game can self-sustain itself within the country.
Meanwhile, NCD Governor Powes Pakop was also appointed the PNG-RU patron. Suli, Trukai Sports.
And that ends Trukai Sports. The weather report coming up next.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoniPlus, with you always.
Weather forecast for tonight and tomorrow. Southern region, Port Moresby, cloudy periods with few afternoon showers and possible inland thunderstorms. Daru, partly cloudy with brief showers, moderate to fresh southeast winds. Kerma, partly cloudy with few afternoon showers. Alotau, cloudy periods with few showers, and Popondetta, partly cloudy, light variable winds. Momase region, Ley, partly cloudy. Madang, brief afternoon showers, and Vanimo and Wewak, partly cloudy with brief afternoon showers. For the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau, early morning showers, easing then partly cloudy. Kavieng, brief afternoon showers. Kimbe, partly cloudy, southeast winds. Kokopo and Rabaul, brief afternoon showers, and Buka, cloudy periods with few showers. For the Highlands region, Mount Hagen, cloudy with rain periods, then morning fog. Goroka, Kundiawa, Mendi, and Wabeg, cloudy with few showers, then morning fog. Renewal strong wind warning current for all coastal waters of southern PNG Indonesian border through Torres Strait to Daru to Hood Point, including the Coral Sea. Fresh to strong southeast winds of 20 to 34 knots are expected to continue over the next 24 hours, causing rough seas. All small crafts and boats are advised to take necessary precautions before going out or to avoid going out to sea, especially over the warning areas. Forecasts for small crafts for the next 24 hours. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border through Torres Strait to Daru to Kiwai Islands to Kerma to Yule Island to Hood Point to Samurai Islands. Seas 1 to 2 meters rising to 2.5 to 3 meters along southern PNG Indonesian border. Waters of Samurai Islands to Cape Vogel and eastern and western Milne Bay Islands. Seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. Waters of Cape Vogel to Huon Gulf to Finchafen. Seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots. Waters of Finchafen through Vitiers Dampier Straits to Siasi Long Island. Seas 1.5 to 2.5 meters. Waters of Long Island to Madang to Wewak to Vanimo and northern PNG Indonesian border. Seas 1.5 to 2 meters. East to southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of New Island to New Britain and Bougainville, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. ocean forecast for PNG areas: coral seas, patches rough, east to southeast winds of 20 to 34 knots. Solomon seas smooth, southeast winds of 5 to 10 knots, isolated showers and thunderstorms. Bismarck seas light to moderate, southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots. Pacific Ocean seas slight, east to southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
The way it is this Saturday, the 25th of September 2021. On behalf of the news team, pleasant viewing. Good night.